Hi everyone, I'm Nit and welcome to another video. I just watched the new The Legend of Zelda trailer and I'm so hooked. I mean, it looks so epic. It's so cool. I can't wait to play it. And so I decided to build a diorama with the Hyrule Castle floating on this rock. At least that's the plan. I will use my favorite material, which is Polymer Clay. And yeah, let's start to build a new diorama. I used a piece of wire because I thought it would make sure that everything is straight. But turns out that the clay was really too soft, which is kind of obvious because I used the brand Fimo Soft. Well, the soft is in the name, but still, I don't know. I should have used a different kind of clay, something that is a bit harder. Yeah, let's just say it is absolutely Ganondorf's fault. It wasn't me, it was Ganondorf. Here I'm adding some details. In different colors, just for me to see everything better. If I would have made everything in the same color, it would have been a bit confusing. And as you can see, I kind of made the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Kind of. Here are some more towers, and obviously a castle needs a wall.
I am the watcher on the walls.
And it was not high enough for my taste, so I added a bit of clay and some more details. Yeah, I pre-baked it several times, kind of like pressing the save button. And here are some more teeny tiny towers. I structured them with a toothbrush, for example, and I swear I didn't use it for my teeth. And I'm wearing gloves in this video because I really didn't want to ruin everything with fingerprints. I usually do not wear gloves, but yeah, this time I thought it was necessary. I pre-baked some parts of the castle and glued everything together in the end. That's what it looks like in the end. Voila! I'm done with all the parts that I need, and now I want to paint this, but not the way I usually do it. I want to try to airbrush this. This is a teeny tiny airbrush, and I got it from the Nerdy Crafter snack kit. I guess everybody knows Nerdy Crafter, but I will link her channel down below. And she had a art supplies craft kit, and I bought it, and now I will try this out. I've never done airbrushing at all. I have absolutely no clue how this is working. Here are the parts of the castle that I finished, and I will put these parts into this box. I borrowed it from my husband, and so the paint doesn't fly around the whole room. I have a mask, glasses, gloves, and these paints. And yeah, let's just figure it out together. I have instructions that of course I will read. Yeah, it says it's beginner friendly, so let's see if that is true. So first of all, yes, it is absolutely beginner friendly. That was true. It was fun to use and easy to use, and I really do like the result. Sometimes when you prime things with a brush, it tends to become a bit streaky, and this is absolutely not the case this time. I really like the colors. It's not done yet, but yeah, I do like it. But it's just not as cool as I thought it would be.
In my head, I saw that differently.
I made up my mind, and I think I'm gonna use this for two purposes. First of all, for gradients, and secondly, for priming things. I don't even know what I expected. I think I just got overwhelmed by all the amazing artists out there creating so tiny, amazing, beautiful details with an airbrush. and that's just something that's not possible for me. So my question is, have you ever used an airbrush? What are your experiences and thoughts about it? Please write it down in the comments below. I really love that our community is growing, and yeah, people share their ideas and thoughts, and that's pretty cool. So yeah, if you like, please leave a comment. I hope you understand what I wanted to say. This is not a bad tool, and if this suits you, perfect. But yeah, I just did not fall in love with it. I'm sorry. And then I started to paint everything, and I just love the whole process of this because, I don't know, I really enjoy it. It's so relaxing, and I could do that all day long. And I tried to catch the classic style of HYRULE Castle, which is with golden accents and blue grayish towers, and the rest is just in many different shades of gray. I used my favorite acrylics, which are from the brand Vallejo. They are actually for painting tabletop miniatures. Yeah, I really love how those colors really look vibrant, and most of them are really opaque, so yeah, I absolutely love them. You will find a list of everything I used in the description box below. I also painted the other teeny tiny towers, and to give everything a little bit more depth, I used a wash, which means I watered down the paint, and then yeah, I just painted everything and make sure that the gaps are filled with a dark gray. And I also dry brushed everything to highlight some spots. And then we can start with the XPS Foam. I made a sketch kind of how the landscape's supposed to look, and then I used my foam cutter, which is a hot wire, and yeah, then I just kind of structured everything, and that was a lot of fun. But I will really recommend to wear a mask because the fumes, I don't know if they're toxic, but well, it smells pretty bad, so yeah, please use a mask. I give the foam some texture with this tool. I don't know what this tool is called, but it has a pointy, sharp edge, so it is pretty cool to, yeah, just texture the foam and make it look as if it's a rock. And then I used a lot of glue and created kind of an iceberg shape. I used leftover XPS foam from my last project, which was the Hufflepuff common room. So yeah, I just glued everything together, and then again I used my hot wire cutter and gave everything the shape I wanted it to have. And yeah, it looks kind of like an iceberg. I mixed glue with brown and black acrylic paints. Yeah, then I covered the iceberg with this nice chocolate sauce. At least that's what it looks like. Yummy. Oh, chocolate. And then I used my airbrush again and tried to make a gradient from a light brown to a very dark brown or black. And yeah, it worked pretty well. I really liked the result. After everything was dried, which is pretty fast, it just took a couple of minutes, then I wanted to dry brush everything, and I also used different light shades of brown, starting with the lightest color at the top and ending with the darkest at the bottom. The rock is supposed to fly or float, so I used a transparent base, which is actually for tabletop miniatures, and yeah, I kind of borrowed it from my husband. Okay, I stole it, but please don't tell him, okay? Psst. And now it's time to assemble everything, starting with the bridge, and then the castle, the gates, the mini towers, and yeah, placing everything in a way that I thought it would look good. I'm not sure if this is accurate. I think the castle looks a bit different in the game. Everything is assembled now, and I'm really happy with the result. I absolutely love how it turned out so far, but there's still some details missing. So what we're going to do next is gardening. Well, maybe not with these tools. I really enjoy this part of the diorama because it is so much fun when everything comes together and turning this boring piece into a colorful and beautiful landscape. It is so cool. I really love it. It is so much fun. To make it look more natural, I just mixed different kinds of grass and stones and sand, and yeah, I just placed them kind of randomly. There's absolutely no order. I'm just trying to have fun with it and to enjoy the whole process. When everything dried, I'm trying to get rid of the axes. First of all, I'm using a makeup brush, and secondly, I'm just, yeah, shaking it. And now I'm using this water effect stuff. Yeah, it looks like glue, but it's not as sticky, and once dried it is absolutely transparent and it looks pretty cool. So I'm trying to make some tiny waterfalls and a river, and yeah, I really like how this will turn out. And I thought it would be cool to use my XPS foam again to make a bigger base, to make it look as if it's really floating above something. I'm making this with the same techniques that I used to make the iceberg, the rock. So here's a quick overview how I made the base. I try to make the base a bit darker than the rock so that the gradient kind of continues to the bottom and it kind of looks a bit burnt. I really like that. I wanted the water to flow over the edges, and I used the same water effect stuff I used for the river, and I glued everything together, and I think it looks pretty awesome. It looks kind of apocalyptic and really destroyed. Yeah, I really like the look. I used a hot glue gun to put everything together, and then I painted the transparent part of the base with a very light blue, but I could have left that out because you won't be able to see much of it later. I'm using this wool, which is actually for needle felting, and I'm wrapping it around very loosely so that it kind of looks like magic. I really like it.
Wicked.
I'm finished with everything, and I'm so in love with how this turned out. I really like the result, but now I need to hurry a bit because outside there's a beautiful sunset, and I'd really like to take some really cool pictures and videos with this in the front and the sun going down in the back. So yeah, I need to hurry, I need to grab my things, and yeah, let's go. So here are the beauty shots, I guess. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time.